Hi there! It's been half a year since I actually found time to write a forecast, but here we are, baby, and I'm excited! Excuse my husky voice. I've been waiting to record this forecast until I was over this cold I have, but oh well, time is pressing, so you can find timestamps in the description box for each week in case you want to check in throughout or even after the month. As a general though, June 2024 is definitely a bit of a doozy and it might have us on our toes. But let's get into it. As the month starts, we might find ourselves particularly motivated to try and better ourselves. With the Sun node sextile, our ego and our drive are seemingly more aligned now with our goals. Our intuition might also be running particularly high as our sensitivity becomes amplified now. A great time to explore our artistic side as well as our spiritual side. Philosophical discussions are also very much welcomed under this astrological influence, and social interactions might inspire and remind us now of our innate power to create the life we want to live. With Mercury and Jupiter conjuncting in Taurus on the 4th, we are granted a more objective view on things, allowing for us to perceive the bigger picture, not just the momentary situations. This transit holds a lot of positivity, as by expanding our perspective, we become more able to make decisions and take actions towards the kind of future we aspire to. Travel is also more likely, as with any Jupiter-related transit in the sky. Jupiter's optimism could, on the flip side of things, also lead to miscommunications or setting our expectations too high. The new moon in Gemini on the 6th offers us an opportunity to set our intentions and plant our seeds for the month ahead. You might experience the need for change and spontaneity. Gemini is also a very talkative and social sign, so you might find sharing your intentions and goals with others is encouraging you now to actually take the steps necessary to make them happen. We might just find we really did set our expectations a bit too high as the second week rolls around. A Venus-Saturn square could be at fault here, as it might bring out the more challenging aspects of the optimistic mindset we had the prior week. Under this influence, our heightened sensitivity could lead to pessimism instead and bring up fears around rejection. This might result in more emotional distance and conflicts within our relationships. Ultimately, what is happening is our egos are getting challenged, and it might not feel very good. Defensiveness and judgment come quickly when we are in this energy. We really want to achieve something, we can only feel disappointment and see failure instead. The bigger picture is simply harder to see right now. So again, really watch out for potential power struggles the second week, and remember that judgment and defensiveness do not foster peace and harmony. On the 9th, Mars, the planet associated with motivation and drive, enters Saturn, where it will stay for the next 5 weeks. During this period, we might find we are more likely to pursue our goals by plodding along patiently rather than impulsively. We start to see that what we have been perceiving as failure to achieve is actually just a consequence of us setting impulsive goals we, realistically speaking, wouldn't have been able to achieve in the first place. So we kind of end up setting ourselves up for disappointment. This dilemma is likely to be recognized now. Once it is, our approach towards our long-term goals shifts as we become more willing to be honest about how much time and effort is actually needed to achieve them. The week ends with us just really wanting to figure out how to get back on track. Thankfully, the Sun, Mercury and Chiron are all conspiring now to help us, at least for a little bit, define our sense of purpose again and embrace a more empathic communication style in which our words are used to heal rather than attack. If you experienced conflict and challenges during the second week, you might continue to do so this third week. Venus and Mercury are actually holding hands throughout the third week, moving in conjunction through emotional Cancer. Them teaming up means our mind and our heart are working together, but we're also seeing a lot of double trouble, or should I say triple trouble. the Sun actually sees Venus and Mercury having fun together and decides to join the party for a bit on the 21st. This transition of the Sun into Cancer, by the way, marks the summer or winter solstice depending on which side of the equator you live. A great time to reflect and express gratitude, especially in social settings, no matter where you are. With the Sun now in the mix though, our sense of self joins our mind and heart on their turbulent ride this week. All three planets square Lilith, so we might find our sense of self as being particularly challenged now, as our darker, more hidden aspects push to the surface. Deep introspection, shadow work, honest conversations, and a reassessment of our relationship dynamics could all be potential outcomes of these transits. The gang is really just not having it this week, as they're also squaring with Neptune, the planetary representation of the subconscious. Confusion, idealization, and blurred lines between reality and fantasy could be the result. On the other side of the coin, this could be an excellent time for making art, as we use it to work through the messages of our subconscious mind. Watch out for insightful but intense dreams. Escapism might also feel particularly good now, but by doing so, you might end up missing out on some necessary introspection and healing instead. The last week of June starts with a full moon in Capricorn on the 22nd, amplifying our need for release and purpose. This full moon is asking us to reflect on such topics as dependency, attachment, taking versus giving, or our home life versus our career. Full moons always call for balance as a result of the polarity between the Sun and the Moon. Simply put, if the current Cancer Sun is all about being dependent, the current Capricorn Moon is all about being dependable. Square between Mercury and the North Node on the same day might indicate challenges in communication and decision-making, specifically regarding our goals for our future. Around the 26th, we might start to feel an urge to prepare for said future, to plan things out, and as Venus copies Mercury's earlier move of squaring the North Node now, we could find ourselves rethinking relationships in a context of our future aspirations. Misunderstandings and communication are more likely this fourth week, as we all seem to feel rather assertive at times, whilst also feeling very sensitive. Also stay cautious of easily inflatable egos, as Neptune opposes Lilith and Mercury squares Chiron on the 28th. This marks a good opportunity to reflect on illusions and wounds we have in an effort to grow. If we approach our relationships through this lens of wanting to learn more, we might find conversations become smoother and more fruitful. On the 29th, Saturn also goes retrograde in Pisces, bringing in a 5-month period of great introspection and reflection regarding themes such as structure, intuition, responsibility, compassion, and spirituality. In this period, you might feel a deep pull to dismantle structures and explore your subconscious mind more, in an effort to understand your own boundaries better and work on self-discipline. On the same day, Lilith moves into Libra, where it will stay for the rest of the year. This indicates internal conflicts around autonomy and reflecting on our need for approval. We are encouraged to confront repressed aspects of ourselves with the aim to find more balance and stillness within. The end of June 2024 might surprise you with a little bit of a bang. A Mercury-Uranus sextile could indicate unexpected gains coming in, specifically ones involving communication, group activities, and technology. Our intuition might also benefit from this transit, potentially allowing for a fresh new perspective and fun, creative ideas. A good time to shake things up. And with that, the month is over, my friend, and what a month it was. We might have experienced more challenges than we felt comfortable with, but we might have, on the other hand, gained a lot of insights into ourselves and the life we desire to have. I hope you found this forecast to be helpful. And feel free to check out my latest tarot video, maybe you'll find a message for you there too. Anyway, I hope you have a great June, and I'll see you here again soon. Bye bye, friend!